Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your full moon reading for March 12th. So, of course, energy permeates, right? And especially so during the full moon, that energy is super strong. So it may extend, right, a few days before or a few days after, all right? Nonetheless, the full moon is a time where the moon's energies are at their peak, okay? Peak energy flow, very strong fire energy that's being channeled through. So it's a great time. It's a great time to assess, to kind of bring an awareness about how are we channeling that fire energy, right? During the full moon, am I channeling my fire energy in a positive way, right? How am I expressing that more dynamic, creative side to myself? Is it coming out, right, in a way that I align with, that I feel is helping me create and manifest, right? The moon cycle being very much a cycle of manifestation in and of itself. So this full moon is in the sign of Virgo, service-oriented sign, earth sign. So there's a focus, right, on the give and the take in a situation. Absolutely. In terms of either service or relationships, partnerships, whatever it may be. So now the full moon, right, brings about a sort of clarity each time that it manifests in a month. So the clarity that it brings, the ultimate clarity that it brings, relates to its corresponding new moon 6 months prior. So think back 6 months, right, to what you may have been ruminating on, right? Really thinking about, focused on bringing into manifestation and fruition, right? And whatever that sort of nucleus of intention was for you at that time, you'll see that at this full moon today and the few days surrounding it, we're bringing sort of a final culmination to that macro manifestation cycle, if that makes sense, all right? Now, aside from that, right, in a more micro sense, the full moon brings about a certain level of illumination, of clarity, as it regards the manifestation cycle of the month itself. So we had a new moon earlier this month, I believe actually at the tail end of February. And so whatever this period for you now is at the full moon will be bringing a clarity as it regards a situation that that was sort of initiated around the time of the new moon of late February, early March. Okay, so very exciting. I know that a lot of signs have been going through a period of absolute uprooting, transformation. The readings of the last few months, and particularly March, have been a whirlwind, to say the least, all right? Nonetheless, let's see how these energies are peaking here for you all, and I will start. Hi there, Sagittarius. Okay, I will take it. I'm going to split the deck into 2 parts. Are you okay, Bandit? It's an interesting full moon, that's for sure. Lots of interesting things happening today, at least over here on the West Coast of the United States. Lots of interesting things happening in this spread as well, Sagittarius. Oh my goodness. Well, before I could say anything, thank you so much, all of you, for your comments, your likes, your subscriptions. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it so very much. So before I get into the energies, I want to relay my gratitude to all of you. Thank you. Nonetheless, This is too exciting to hold in suspense any longer. And I will say that I split the deck into two parts, intuitively felt that these energies are somehow interplaying with one another. It is the Star in reverse, overlaying the Seven of Wands, overlaying the Five of Wands upright. Overlaying the Mother of Wands. Okay, these are Scorpio's cards. Scorpio got these cards. Scorpio got these cards. There is a thing going on, I'm telling you, between Scorpio and Pisces. There has been, especially for March. It's been like a ping-pong energy between these two archetypes. And I believe Leo is also somewhere in that triangulation of energy. But nonetheless, in the full moon video for Scorpio, out came the Star in reverse, the Seven of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Mother of Wands. So, and both of them, well, actually for you, it's showing up in your theme, in one of the themes here on the right-hand side, which we'll get to. But nonetheless, if you know Scorpio, if you have a Scorpio rising, ascendant, or moon sign, you may want to check that video out as well, as it seems that there's absolutely some crossover, okay? And on the other side here, we have the other card that Scorpio pulled, the other two cards that Scorpio pulled. Absolutely, there's crossover. Absolutely, there's crossover. Sagittarius. Did I say Pisces? There's a thing going on with Pisces and Sagittarius. Right? Absolutely, we tapped into that crossover as well in the last video. So, Pisces, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and potentially Leo. I'm feeling Leo to a lesser degree, but still, I remember Leo did get a crossover in the last month. All right? The Five of Cups upright, the Hierophant upright, both in this other theme deck over here. And that's overlaying the Ace of Wands in reverse and the World upright. Aha. Okay. And if I misspoke, these energies came out for the Leo reading as well. Similar. There was a crossover between Leo and Scorpio and Pisces and I believe Sagittarius. It was like a choo-choo train of energetic connection that was holding these signs together for the reading that was for March, I believe. All right, not the last month. All right. So. Let me tune in here. Sag. 1 second. Interesting. 2 5s. 2 5s. I'm feeling like these are like two propensities of energy that you can tap into, like the left and the right brain, like the left and the right hand, like two ways that you can go about something, two ways that you can think about something. And I feel that they are contra to one another. And yet also connected. There is a theme of a pair of two. Like a mirror. And this theme came up for the March reading. Absolutely, I believe. It did come up for Pisces and it did come up for Sagittarius. Another alluding to 2 theme is this 2 of Cups in reverse. Okay. This is what I'm feeling, Sag, is that these 2 stacks of energy, it's like these forces are so strong, and it's like they're tugging you. It's like you can't ignore one of them. You feel like you have to assimilate both of them, right? It's like that persistent thought in the back of your mind, right? That feeling, that hankering feeling, like I can't let this go. I can't forget about this. There's something more to this. I know that there is. I'm getting like a rush. Okay, this is something you feel strongly about. Sag. And you feel torn. You feel torn about it. Okay. I will say this. Before I get into this, let's first divert our attention to the center of the spread here. The way these cards popped out is very strategic, as it seems, in a very geometric sort of fashion. All right, you have 2 10s popping out, the 10 of Swords upright, and the 10 of Wands in reverse. You have the 6 of Pentacles crossing in a perpendicular fashion this 10 of Swords, like this. You pulled the Empress in reverse. You pulled the 2 of Swords upright. You pulled the 6 of Wands in reverse. As a trio, these cards fanned out together. Two sixes, and another alluding to a pair here, okay? Okay. Interesting energy, Sag. Interesting energy. There is an energetic build up I'm feeling for you, okay? And you feel kind of, it's like you're on the edge of your seat. Like there's something persistent that it's like you feel it's there. It's like the elephant in the room. And you kind of want to either obliterate it, or you want to transmute it or handle it, but you simply want to acknowledge it, and you want to make a decision, and you want to move forward in a clear way. You want to disseminate whatever this energy is. Okay, and it's like my heart is like beating for you. Like I'm feeling that it's something that if this is a decision, it's an important one. It's an important one. You feel that it's connected to you deeply in some sort of way. But we'll get to it. We'll get to it, okay? Here, off in the right-hand sort of corner, is the 10 of Wands in reverse, followed by the Ace of Cups in reverse, followed by the Hanged Man upright, followed by the Tower upright, followed by the 2 of Cups in reverse. Transformative energy, Sagittarius. This is what I feel for you. You're at a crossroads. And you've reached the head of the road. And it's like, do I go left or do I go right? And it's that right, that whatever this decision is, whatever path you take is momentous. Right? Wow. Okay. I'm grabbing hold of my clear quartz crystal wand. I feel that you want clarity Sagittarius. You want clarity so badly with whatever this is. With whatever this is, you know that you need to either go left or you need to go right. That it's a yes or that it's a no. That it's a black or a white or a yin or a yang. It's like either way, right? Whatever the predicament is, you know that you can't just stand at the head of this road, of this trail forever, right? You need to make progress. You need to transform. To transform. To transform. And so we're seeing an oscillation between stagnancy and waiting and being at the mercy of time or fate in some kind of way. Time, absolutely. But you may also be hanging in the dark, is what it feels like, okay? With some aspect of whatever this decision is, or whatever it is that is plaguing you with some sort of confusion of some kind, okay? So, I'm going to say this, Sagittarius. Whatever the situation is, I'm feeling that it has to do with a situation that left you emotionally dissatisfied. Okay. Oops. And you want to let it go. Sagittarius, you want to let it go. You are in so many ways done with the situation. You are in so many ways done with the situation, ready to move on from it. But like I said, it's like your left and your right hand, right? It's like you have to use both, right? In a way, you have to bring the two parts of your being together. If this is a twin flame situation, Sagittarius, right? That is the sort of feeling, and even if it's not, right? That concept of that twin flame, the bringing together, even if it is with yourself, right? Your own twin flame. You are your own twin flame. You are your own soulmate. You're in a relationship with yourself, right? You absolutely must be before you can offer yourself, your true self, your authentic self to another. So nonetheless, I was saying it's sort of like that, right? Bringing the two halves of yourself together in such a way where there is assimilation, there's cooperation, there's a seeing eye to eye, right? Getting on that same wavelength. And you want to transmute this. You want to transmute this energy of melancholy, right? Thinking about the past, ruminating on the past. This showed up for you before, I do remember, in your past reading, in your last reading, actually, to be more specific. The Five of Cups showed up for you, right? In the midst of otherwise very fast-moving, dynamic, exciting energy. So this energy is picking up here and there, again, as we see it. A sort of reminder, like that insistence. It's like a mosquito vibe. It's a mosquito kind of energy, right? Where it's like, you're trying to go about your business, you're trying to focus, and then there's something that keeps creeping up, and it's like it's part of you, it's embedded in you, and you have to deal with the situation in a wise, mature way that I'm feeling your intuition is consulting you strongly on. If this is not your intuition, this is someone in your midst who is almost like coaching you through it. Okay, like, come on, get your head up, right? Get your head up. There's no time to remain in a state that holds you in the past, right? And so on the other side, right, we have the Star in reverse. This is the desire to rise above, right? Where here we're looking down. With the Star, we're looking up when it's upright. So there's this sort of transfusion of energy, okay, that we're seeing here. There is a desire, but I'm feeling that it's almost like this is on hold, Sagittarius. Turning this dream and really pursuing it, turning it up right side up, is on hold. You're putting it on hold. It's almost at the mercy of this situation and the obliteration of this energy, moving through that energy. I'm sensing this dream has to do with channeling your fire energy, your creative assets, tapping into them, your creative potential, tapping into your role as a creator, Sagittarius. It has to do with that, I'm feeling. But it's in suspension. It's waiting. It's waiting. It's like this. Look at these two cards together. The ignition of passion, drive, and even direction, right? What direction do I want to channel my fire energy in? Taking one of these wands and lighting it and moving forward, taking action, right? As it pertains to a dream we have that speaks to our soul truth. So there's a suspension, there's a waiting, there's a passivity to how we take on this process and actualize this dream. And so beneath the 7 of Wands, we have the 5 of Wands upright. Whoa. Okay. Speaking loud and clear here, Sagittarius. 5 of Wands. Which 5 of Swords, I said that. This can absolutely, right, be sort of the mental anguish. How do I move forward? How do I strategize? How do I prioritize all of these creative ideas I have as to how I want to move forward and pursue this dream, this ultimate dream that I am bent on. I am bent on pursuing. This is something you know eventually, one way or another, right? One way or another, you're being led to this place of soul satisfaction, of living out your true soul purpose. But it's a matter of getting there, right? It's like, what does the GPS say? These are the sort of directions. And so you're wondering, well, I can take this street, right? Or my GPS is telling me I can take that street too. And, you know, it's like putting the Lego blocks in order, right? Is what this energy speaks to, I'm feeling, for you. Okay? So there's a period of rumination. How do I move forward creatively within the context of this dream I have? And there's a great preoccupation, a great fascination with this process, thinking about it deeply, right? It is Venus retrograde. It's soon to be Mercury retrograde, ending the end of April, I believe, beginning of May. So it's a good time for that, right? To take the moment of tapping into that sort of hermit energy, right? Of introspection, of rumination, thinking about, I want to ensure that whatever this pursuit is, whatever this dream is that I have, that I launch it, right? Be it a business, anything, a partnership, that I launch it in such a way that is long-term, right? Scalable, successful, built upon stable, healthy, fertile soil. Okay, that's what I'm feeling for you. So you care a lot about whatever this mission is. I'm feeling it's like a mission. I'm getting this feeling of like sending off a space shuttle almost into outer space. It's a big mission. It takes a lot of energy. And so you want to make sure that before you light this match and you pick one wand, that you're launching in the direction that you feel is most conducive for bringing this dream forward and into fruition. Okay, and you know that once you pick one wand, so to speak, one channel, one means, one method of expressing this fire energy, it will lead you to absolute abundance, absolute creative abundance. You're just waiting. You're like holding your eggs, like, I'm ready to go. Just tell me, right? Then I believe this is the self-talk. Just tell me, what direction do I go in, right? But you have all of your eggs with you. It's almost like interesting because it's reverse, right? It's reverse. It's like, I have the dream, I have the vision, I know, in a way, it's like, I know, it's like, okay, it's like this. It's like a mother animal who has like all of her eggs, right? It's like she already birthed them in a way. She already conceived them. She conceived the idea, right? There's a certain tangibility okay, even metaphorically, that there exists between the mother and what is to transform, right, from this birth. But it's almost like, right, she's carrying these eggs and waiting to set them down, right, somewhere. She's looking for the grounds to plant these seeds, to hatch these eggs. And it's that period of searching, of rumination, that I'm feeling is what is preoccupying your mind in this period of time, okay? And you have a lot of options. Your mind is bustling with creativity, bustling. You have so many ways of going about actualizing this dream, okay? And you feel it. It's like this fire is burning, ready to be set ablaze. And you have this match. You have this match in your hand, and you're like, which one? Come on, like, I'm ready. It's like that. It's like that. But here on the other side, right? This is very ardent sort of energy, right? One that is self-proclaimed, strong, bold expression that comes from a place that's very deep and real to us. Speaks to our passion and the expression of it. The pursuit of it, taking matters into our own hands, being very focused on our goal, our soul mission, right? But on the other hand, we have this petty Five of Cups. It's like a flip-flop, right? It's a flip-flop, but then you're reminded, if you slip into this sort of propensity to ruminate on the past and think about situations that, right, caused us some sort of emotional dissatisfaction or whatever it may be. There is this reminder, right, that's kind of pulling you up from the bootstraps. Come on, we don't have time for that. Encouraging you to maintain this flame, this fire, this reinvigoration, okay? It's almost like reminding you, look, take control of your fire, your creativity, create. This card and this card speak to me so similarly, especially in this spread as it's showing up. It's like the reminder, remember, focus. You got to focus on this task, on this dream that is so deep. This is, once actualized, this is such deep soul satisfaction that extends into your emotional self, your physical self, your mental self, and on all sort of levels and dimensions. Whereas this is like just the emotional realm, right? It's like that situation happened, and boy, that was not cozy, right? That didn't feel cozy to me. That was maybe hurtful, right? But then it's like, you have bigger and better things to focus on, right? And you know it, Sagittarius. You know it. This is all your fire energy. Right? Absolutely. And once you wield and take this first step forward in this direction, and you light this one match, or wand rather, and you choose that direction to move forward in, the world is yours. The world is yours. I'm compelled to say that strongly, Sagittarius. Whatever this dream is, whatever this is that you're pursuing, this vision, this hangering soul, it's a guiding force. It's a guiding light. Whatever it is, it's leading you into, first of all, highly humanitarian. It is highly humanitarian. That's what I'm getting from this, okay? Whatever this mission is, I'm feeling it's a mission. It's almost like, I want to save the world. I want to help the world, right? It's reaching so far beyond your just personal satisfaction, right? Or dissatisfaction. that regards human experiences, right? This is like spiritual. This is like the universe, right? We're going like, it's like micro, macro. That's what it is. Micro, Five of Cups. Macro, star, right? Universe. This is a limited sort of capacity, right? Whereas this is boundless, boundless. So it's this oscillation, right, that we're seeing between zooming in and zooming out, right? Seeing the bigger picture and getting caught up in the details in the past, right? The emotions, a situation that maybe we didn't fully move on from by way of comprehending it completely, right? Maybe there was a situation where we didn't completely fully close it out in some way. We didn't fully understand what happened. But your intuition is like, look, set this horse back in the stable, right? Because this is where true growth and potential lies, right? Ruminating is not going to do anything. That's what I'm feeling. Ruminating on this is futile. Futile. Okay? The world, that's where the expansion happens. That's where the abundance happens. That's where the true soul satisfaction happens. Okay, so focus on that. That's what I'm feeling. Focus on that vision that you have, because it's guiding you somewhere so expansive and so positive and so otherworldly, right? That this energy is going to seem like so far removed from your being. Okay? Now, all right, Sagittarius. Two tens, right? Again, the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Wands. But let's first move in chunks here. Okay, Ten of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Geometrically popping out like that. Okay. I'm sensing that. I feel that it regards this energy. I feel that it regards this energy. There is an analysis paralysis, okay, that has sort of plagued your perception of whatever this situation is or was in the past. Okay, that keeps you somewhat still entangled in it in a way, okay? It's like exhausting your mental faculties, okay? And you're coming forward with the realization, right? It's sort of like a standstill, a crossroads, like, wait a second, right? It's like, la, 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 right? Overfocus, analysis paralysis, thinking, right? 5, 10, double. Overly ruminating on this. Trying to intellectually understand it, rationalize it, right? Like, how did that happen? Why did that happen? And so on and so forth, perhaps. But then this energy is coming in. It's like a truck just like bulldozing through this. Like, is this really fruitful? That's what you're thinking. Is this really, is this propensity and this exertion of my energy and my efforts and my concentration really fruitful? And it's that standstill, right? Where you're like, where the Hierophant comes in, beneath this Five of Cups, and is beckoning you to focus on what is going to be fruitful, truly fruitful, right? Truly fertile as well, the Mother of Wands. She's waiting. She's like, you pick up that Ace of Wands, boy. Tell me where to lay my eggs down. And I'm going to hatch these babies. That's really, it's like that kind of feeling. Okay? But I'm sensing that you've invested a lot of your time and your energy in the rumination of this situation. But now you're like, wait a second. You're like sobering up to it. Like, I put it in a 10, right? But I'm not it's like, it's the hope that almost like these thoughts and thinking about it so very much is going to somewhat hatch a greater sense of stability or understanding as it pertains to this situation, if that makes sense, Sagittarius, okay? It's a little bit, it's like a maze-like energy here, okay? Nonetheless, let's go right up top here to this trio of cards that popped out. The Six of Wands in reverse, the Two of Swords upright, and the Empress. Empress in reverse. The Empress is, I'm feeling your energy, okay? It's fire energy. It's glowing, right? It's glowing energy. Look at this card. And the key with the Empress card is that it's the number 3, right? It's fire, it's dynamic, it's spontaneous to a certain degree, but it's also very stable, very self-empowered, very self-assured, very fertile, very. So I'm sensing that you know this is where you want to move to. You know, right? That's sort of the aspiration, right, that accompanies this dream, right? Pursuing this dream will sort of help shape the way that you even see yourself as it regards your environment. One that is okay with the mystery of the night, and that still glows, right, is stable, not because she's thought about something to the point of just absolute detriment, right? Exhaustion. With the hopes of achieving stability. No, like the Empress is stable because she's the Empress, right? And it's kind of like the Empress is somewhat of the Mother of Wands once she's hatched her babies, once she's chosen the land that she wants to cultivate her future on. But it's the choosing of this land, yet again. I'm feeling you're like, yeah, I know. This is what I want. This is where I'm headed. This is what will come about as I pursue this dream, as I light that match. But I want to know where to plant myself and my seeds and my children. And it's this decision point, right, that you're taking a good close look at. How do I maneuver, channel my fire energy? In what direction? That's a significant concept I'm feeling for you, Sagittarius. In what direction? But it's that standstill energy, right? Look at that card. That standstill. I can go left, I can go right. All these wands to choose from. And it's a contemplation, it's a matter of contemplation as it regards your fire energy. If you look in the middle, right, at the apex of this card, it's this sort of blazing moon. So it's sort of like, where do I want to place myself within the context of this new enchanting world that I'm entering? I'm getting this strong, this hardcore outer space vibe, Sagittarius. Not sure what you guys are up to, but up and away, my friends. Up and away. To infinity and beyond, you are headed. That's all I can say. Once you light that match, it's like that missile that's just shot into outer space. And the world is going to look so very far away. Okay, this old world, this old perception, right, of ourselves in the world as well, and our experiences. So it's the reestablishment of identity, right? And you're like, it's like you're in this missile and you have brought this tree with you that you want to plant on this new planet that you travel to. This is getting so sci-fi, but it's just coming out. So you're in this missile, right? And you have this tree that you're like, I'm going to plant this tree on the planet that I land on. But you're like on the GPS of this space shuttle. And you're like, what planet do we land on? First of all, what planet? It kind of looks like a planet. Kind of looks like a planet, right? What world? What world? What world? What place? This is also like a translocative sort of vibe as well, right? What place? If it's moving to, there's something that has to do with location. There's something that has to do with a place, a means, a channel by which you want to bring your dreams into fruition, manifestation. You know what? You just want to know how. Aha, that's what it is. Sagittarius. Okay. And so, on the other side of this trio, you have the Six of Wands in reverse. Interesting. 3, 6, sandwiching the 2. So much reference to double. Sagittarius, this change, whatever this is, whatever you're doing, is a big deal. Okay, this is going to change your world. This is going to change your world, Sagittarius, and I'm getting that same feeling as the March, I believe it was March or end February reading for Sagittarius. That was mind-blowing, truly. Right? It was just, it's like, and there was this concept of it's not going to be as you expect it. It's not going to be as you expect it. And I know that, right, to some degree you align with this, knowing that whatever it is that you're trying to bring into fruition has no blueprint. Has no blueprint. But I'm getting this vibe of, it's like you're planting this tree in outer space on some planet. Like that's the feeling I'm getting. So imagine that, right? Imagine that and how that energy sort of corresponds to your particular situation, right? It's like taking something. It's a translocation. It's like taking something that almost everybody is familiar with and knows, right, from planet Earth, and taking it with you to new lands, to expand the mind, the horizon of others, other people, other cultures, which is very much a Sagittarius thing, right? To begin with, being ruled by Jupiter. But there's an expansion of mind, of place, of boundaries. You are expounding the boundaries. Of what is expected even. There's an eccentricism to this card. Very much so. It's like, the feeling I'm getting with this is like I'm getting an Aquarius vibe from this. That Uranus vibe from this Empress card. It's almost like she stands out, right? And I'm gonna use this super odd example again of this outer space Landia vibe, right? That you're like, it's almost like I'm like getting this. You are being sent via missile to like another world to present something from your sort of either personal philosophy or way of living or world. And it's you're presenting your ideals, you're bringing something to help contribute to that new world. And you're bringing this like tree. You're bringing yourself, and you're planting yourself really. And you are and it's by way of your creativity. It's by way of your creativity that this is all happening, okay? And it's almost like the people, it's like you are such an anomaly, but they like look up to you and they see you as like someone who is just so, it's like you're glowing. It's like, whoa, right? It's like the people on that, or the aliens, right? Depending on what belief you subscribe to, but right? It's like whoever's on that planet, they like see you approaching with this big fluorescent flamingo colored tree. And you're like trudging over there with this tree, like, hello, everyone. Like, I come in peace. And they're like, ugh. Like, they're kind of scared, but then they're looking at you like, oh my God, like, that's so wondrous. And they're entranced and they're enchanted by what it is that you are bringing into their world. So you're broadening the horizons of some group of people. You're shattering, in a way, like the illusions and the social constructs that exist within a certain community or a certain society. Okay, even the view of the world, that is what you are so bent on, I'm feeling. Channeling. And so you're thinking, how do I go about this? How do I do this in the most constructive way? In the most conducive way? Right? So let me tune in here 1 second with the Six of Wands in reverse. I'm getting this vibe of takeoff. This is like the missile. This is like the missile. Like, taking off, right? Into outer space. Man on the moon. Woman on the moon. Humanoid. On its expedition into the unknown. And it's very much this cultivating energy. Look at these three cards together, right? It's like, it's almost like this also is like a missile shooting up. So you're waiting for takeoff. You're waiting for that flight, that uprising. But it all comes down to the strategy. Okay. And the rationalization of it, making sure that all your oars are in order before you light that flame and that match. All right, let's move on down here to the bottom right-hand corner. Okay. I'm feeling that this situation, Sag, is like the pinnacle energy. This is the main focus. This is like what is consuming you the most. And I'm feeling it has to do with this energy that we're seeing here with the star that's in suspension. Down here in the right-hand corner, I'm feeling that it's almost like residual energy that is trailing over from this, right? It's sort of in the base, and everything in this baseline seems to be, it's like the water from this cup is like spilling over and leaking like onto the floor. Like that's kind of how I'm feeling, and you feel like you have to tiptoe, but your mind is focused yet again, right, on this. But this is just like a nuisance. Like you have to deal with this. There's a leak, and like, right, it's like that's the kind of thing. So it's an emotional kind of spillover. The residual of this past situation is what you need to sort of clean up, okay? And that's what I'm feeling here. You are done, Sagittarius, with trying to, with almost false hope. With false hope of focusing on this, focusing on bringing about this this new beginning. Because yet again, right? Yet again, and as it regards this situation, that's what I mean. Okay, with this Ace of Cups, I'm feeling it's kind of like you want to turn this Five of Cups into the Ace of Cups, right? Reconciliation kind of thing. Understanding, greater understanding, openness. The openness and the expression of true emotions. You want to make it all better, right? In Sagittarius, it's beautiful, right? That's Sagittarius is a fun-loving sign, right? So there's this desire to make up, okay? But I feel that you've put so much in to doing that. Okay, you've tried, you've put in the effort, you've done your part, Sagittarius. And you're like, you know what? I am still here at the standstill waiting for these Six of Pentacles to bloom after putting in 10 of Swords. It's time to go left or right. I don't want to hang any longer waiting for the day to come. I know it's going to come, but it's a matter of time, and I don't have time, right? This is what, right? The time is ticking. I need to launch whatever it is that I'm so intently focused on bringing into manifestation and fruition. So it's like saying, look, I can't wait all day. I can't. This, right? In a way, if you compare this to this, it's again that feeling of micro, macro. Okay, are you focusing on reconciling this situation that's somewhat isolated, right, from the past? Or are you thinking about the future? Right? Yes, that happened, but it's about where am I going now from it? Right? Taking what I've learned, packing my bags, and moving forward. And so you realize that there is this sort of destruction, so to speak, that may need to happen as it regards even the way that you view relationships, even the way that you view your interaction, right, in this situation. It's almost like, right, this, right? It's like, yes, okay, let's say we reconcile and, right, I give you a cup, you give me a cup, we enjoy the moment. But this is so, so limited in its scope of the ultimate emotional soul satisfaction that it can bring you, especially when compared to this, that you have waiting. Oh my goodness. Same thing happened with Scorpio. Okay. Sagittarius. We are 48 minutes in. But this is significant energy. And so let's move forward with it. But I quickly wanted to say that same thing happened with Scorpio. I pushed the deck aside, not meaning to reveal the card at the base, but alas, it stuck apart from the rest, and yours is Judgment. Sagittarius, you got this card, I remember in your last readings, significantly prominently placed. These three form the base. Five of Swords, Strength, and Judgment. So there is a feeling of liftoff. There's a feeling of takeoff. There's a feeling of pursuing just actively, passionately, and confidently, okay, this dream. But again, right, it requires strength. Like I said in the analogy of the March reading for Sagittarius, in order for that plane to take flight, it needs to rev the engine, right? Really fuel the fire before it can take off. So there's a great exertion of energy that takes place. And again, you're waiting to know, right? I need to know which runway I am to charge down before I embark on that path, right? And it requires of you a need to surrender to the process, right? To make a final decision, to see past and move past are self-imposed limitations that are very much just in the mind, right? But whatever this decision is, it's going to require strength of you, okay, to align with one single path. And it may just be, Sagittarius, that you have so many different ways, so many creative ideas on how to move forward with it, right? That you're like, I want to use all of them, right? Like I want to incorporate all of them to some degree in this project. But I'm sensing strongly that it's to your advantage, Sagittarius, to align with one, to start with one tactic or direction, right? And to expand from there. Okay, that's what's going to allow you to actually take off. All right, that's what I'm feeling strongly for you, right? Don't overpack the luggage. Don't overpack the luggage, right? Having that overpacked, overweight luggage at the airport can actually cause you to be late for your flight, right? We all know that. That situation where we are, let's say, late to the airport, and then it's like half a pound over, and they require us to sift through the contents of our luggage, and in that process, right, it's like, oh my god, am I gonna miss my flight, right? Just because I wanted to overpack a few more things, okay? So if it's a bit of a performance anxiety, I'm feeling less is more. Less is more. Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. Restrict that approach. Prioritize that direction. Okay. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. This sounds like an absolutely transformational stage in your journey, and a very exciting one at that. All right. Have a beautiful full moon bathe tonight if you have the chance to, off in nature somewhere beautiful where the stars are bright. And I will see you guys again soon, in a few days actually, for your April reading. Until then, have a beautiful next few days. Enjoy the full moon's light, and I'll see you soon. Bye.